Hello guys, my name is Franklin from Awesome Card Games. Today I have a deck profile on my Imperial Magus deck. This deck includes a new card from a Saki Tokuro's deck combined with the Imperial Magus deck. The deck strategy is to outlast my opponent and use some big finishing plays with Imperial Magus or build up CEO at the end of games. So first, let's check out the grade 3 units. Alright, so first of my grade 3 lineup is 4 copies of Hexagonal Magus. She is a really nice Vanguard. She has the Protect marker, and her skills are really good. Whenever she is placed as a Vanguard, kind of +1, look at the top 2 cards of my deck, arrange them in any order, and draw a card. This is really good for drawing cards and manipulating my deck. Then her second skill gives her plus 5,000 power whenever I reveal a trigger doing drive checks. Triggers basically become 15,000 power. I could give 10,000 power from the triggers to any unit on the field, then Magus will gain 5,000 power because I revealed a trigger. Next, I have 3 copies of CEO Amaterasu. She is one of my favorite Vanguards in Oracle Think Tank. Her skill is a lot better simply because it is an act instead of a win place. So I'm constantly drawing cards every turn, and she also gains 5,000 power whenever I look at my deck because of a skill. Almost every card in my deck looks at the deck, so she should be constantly gaining power every turn. Finally, we have my avatar, Imperial Daughter. Her first skill is nice. I need to ride her as my second or third Vanguard. Never ride her first unless I have to. She gains plus 50,000 power and plus 1 critical when I ride her on top of a grade 3. So that is really nice. She adds a lot of pressure. Then her X skill is I soul +1. And I may give one of my units plus 6,000 power. This is a really nice skill to give the power to either Rectangle Magus or Silent Tom. Next is the grade 2 lineup. I am playing 4 copies of Rectangle Magus. She is an excellent rear guard. She lets me manipulate the deck just like Hexagonal Magus, and I may draw a card. She also has the same skill as when I reveal a trigger unit. She gains plus 5,000 power. If I have her and Hexagonal Magus on the field at the same time when I reveal a trigger, then that's basically giving 20,000 power to the field. 5,000 to Rectangle Magus, 5,000 to Hexagonal Magus. Then the 10,000 power for the trigger may be given to any unit on the field. Next, I have 4 copies of Promised Daughter. Promised Daughter is a really good card, especially against control decks, since my opponent cannot retire her. However, she is vulnerable to being banished, deleted, returned to the deck by Great Chronicle, or banished or bind by Murakami. She also gains 4,000 power. She gains 6,000 power when I have 4 or more cards in my hand. I will always have at least 4 cards in my hand, so she basically is a 15,000 rear guard. Next, I have 2 copies of Silent Tom. I would run 4, but this deck is very heavy on counter blasts, and I will rarely use his counter blast. He's mainly in this deck because he forces my opponent to guard in ways they may not want to, as they cannot guard his attacks from normal units. They must use triggers. And finally, my last 2 grade 2s, I have Yellow Witch Mimi. She basically helps me manipulate the deck and also increase CEO's Amaterasu's power. Next is a grade 1 lineup. I am playing 4 copies of Kira Magus. She is an awesome first Vanguard. When I ride her, I can look at the top 2 cards of my deck. Then I may use Longest Magus skill to draw the card that I want. Next, I have 4 copies of Forfeli Magus. She's in the deck to simply manipulate the deck, look at it, and of course CEO will gain plus 5,000 power. Next, I have 4 copies of Oracle Guardian Gemini. This is a key card in the deck. It allows me to manage my resources. Since this is a very counterblast heavy deck, this card will counter charge and it will also go into my soul. So this card is very key at the mid to late games. And I'm playing 1 copy of Goddess of Tide of Times, Mizuno Hime. She's basically in the deck to be the last grade 1, and she is a pretty good booster during the mid to late games. And she boosts my Vanguard with 14,000 power. Last but not least, I have my grade 0 units, which includes my sorter and triggers. This is your typical lineup with Longest Magus. I'm playing 4 copies of Nike. Then I have 4 copies of Psychic Bird, made 8 critical triggers. I have 4 draw triggers, the perfect draws with Mist to Mist. And finally, I have the 4 heal triggers. This is one of the very basic combos in the deck. CEO is my Vanguard. Since her skill is an act, I can use my rear guards to manipulate the deck before I use CEO's skill. First, I will call Kira Magus. She allows me to look at the top 2 cards of my deck and rearrange them in any order. First, I have Nike. I do not want to draw Nike, I want to check Nike during my drive checks. Second, I have Imperial Doctor. She's my avatar, so I definitely want to draw her. So let's rearrange them and put Imperial Daughter on top. Now for CEO skill, Counterblast 1. Draw a card. I drew Imperial Daughter. Awesome. Next, look at the top card of my deck. Nike. Let's keep Nike on top. CEO will gain 10,000 power from her skill. Since I looked at the deck twice, once for Cure Magus' skill and once CEO skill, she will be at 22,000. I also have 5 cards in the damage zone. So Mizuno Hime will gain 6,000 power. This would give her 14,000 power. So you have 14,000 power plus the 22,000, giving my Vanguard a total of 36,000 power for my Vanguard attack. Offense up tickets, defense wins championships. My Imperial Magus deck is one of my favorite decks in the standard format. I love playing defensive decks. I can outlast my opponents, and I'm also stacking triggers on top of my deck for my advantage. Which decks are you playing in the standard format right now? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more videos and click on the notification bell to get the latest updates from awesome card games. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.